Well, hello there. So I'm going to show you how to make my Henite stitch. This is it, what it looks like. Got a lot of texture. Look at it from the side. You can just see that it has a lot of texture. Okay, and it looks nice from all sides. You can see all that texture. And on the back, it looks pretty nice too. Look at that pattern. Okay, so that's what the stitch looks like. In itself, it doesn't have any purls in it. It's an easy non-curl, well, not non-purl stitch, but I didn't use anything at all with it that had purls in it, just to see what it would do. And it doesn't curl a whole lot, but right here you can see the cast-ons curling up a bit. So I would do a garter right here after you do the cast on. The sides are owl eye sides. They seem to be okay, but I think you might want to do garter there too to match it here. But the stitch itself doesn't have any purls in it, but you should do some kind of a border. The cast on you can use, and I will link that on my channel. It's the crochet chain cast on, and I'll give you the same cast off that matches it, and I will link that too on my channel. So all you have to do is go to the description and scroll down, and you'll see the links for it. Okay, so the yarn I'm using is, I love this chunky yarn. It's a bulky. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and the color is Sunset. Okay, that's it right there. It's a nice economical yarn to use. It's quite soft. It's thick. It's about the same thickness as Charisma if you get Michael's yarn, but it's a bit softer. Has a little bit more of a shine to it too, but it's not real shiny, but it has some shine to it. And the loom I'm using is a Cindywood loom. It's a 36 peg loom, and it 5/8 inch pegs. And I think I'm using just 11 stitches on here to do the stitch video, and I get this width here. Okay, and it might get blurry if we take too much of a close-up. So I'll come up here so you can see the stitch, and then I'll slowly go back in case that makes it clearer, so you can have a really good look at it. It would be good for, well, it could be used for a blanket, but I think it might be nicer for a shawl or a scarf. You could also do it in the round. Look at it a little bit different, but still look pretty nice, and it'll still have all this texture. Okay, so the loom hook I'm using is from We Have a Handle on this. They're not making them at the moment, but they will be making them again, but there are very similar ones on Etsy. Okay, so let's get started. So I've done my edge, and I just did a simple owl eye edge. That's what I'm doing here, but you may want to do a garter edge and do a garter down here just to keep this straighter, because it has a slight bit of curl to it. Not a whole lot, but it has some, enough that you have to do something. Okay, and I just have to put you on pause for a minute. I'm having a little problem with the wire here. Okay, I'm back, and so let's get started. Now the stitch pattern is 2 rows. Okay, so for row 1, the stitch we're going to do is juniper berry stitch, and how you do that is you go around to the back and around again, and so you'll have 3 strands of yarn on here, and you're going to take the bottom strand and put it over the top 2, and then you're going to take the next strand and put it over the last one, and then just snug it up a bit. Okay, so you're going to wrap around. So this stitch here is the working yarn, because you've wrapped this around, so you can control the tension. Okay, and when you take this bottom one over the top, you can get mixed up on where the stitches are. So all you have to do is kind of loosen up, and then you can see by pulling that the top one is attached to this yarn, so it's going to be the bottom one you lift over. So if you ever get mixed up, that's how you can find out which one comes over. And here you go. Now this is related to my juniper stitch, but this is a bit tighter version. Okay, so it's juniper berry. Okay, so I'm going around, bottom one over the top, next one over, and a little bit snugging it up, around, over, and then just slightly snugging it up. And then I'm at the edge, so whatever edge you're doing, I'll just keep on doing the owl eye edge that I'm doing. And I'll come back. And I'm keeping it really, really loose because the stitches are big. Okay, so now we're ready for row 2. Now with row 2, we're doing my magic twist stitch. Okay, so all we do for that is we go over in a U-wrap, knit it off from the back, come back in front, wrap over, knit it off again from the back, come back in front, knit it off again. Okay, that's it. So knit it, come back over in front, knit it, come back over in front, knit it. Next one, come in front, come back in front and knit it, come back in front and knit it. Okay, very easy. Back in front, knit it. So this is very, very, very easy stitch pattern, and you get all this texture. Remember, you're putting 3 stitches on here, so it's going to grow very, very fast. Your project will just happen before you know it. Oops. For a minute there, I think I did the wrong stitch there. I might have done it the wrong stitch there too. And so if you ever find yourself doing that, you can just go back, whoop, put the stitch on, go back, take off the stitch so that you can put it back on the loom, and then do the right stitch, and that way you're sure you did the right stitch, because I started talking, forgot what I was doing. So go over again, over again. There we go. I always take off the stitch to check to be sure. It's better than going all the way through the project and finding out you did something that you shouldn't have. Okay, so we're going to go over. And I'm just going to do the edge I'm doing. But I'm not sold on this edge. I think if I do a project, I'm going to do a garter edge. Okay, so that was row 1, row 2, and you can see how much bigger it got. Quite a bit longer. What we did was we did this part here and this part here, so this much. Just by doing those 2 rows, that's quite a bit. Okay, so we're going back this way. We're doing the juniper berry stitch. We go around twice, bottom one over the top, next one over, going around twice, bottom one over the top, next, whoop. See, sometimes it gets hard, but if you're not sure which one it is, you can pull it, and I can clearly see that this one is attached to this. So it's the top one. This is the one that goes over, and snug it up. Okay, so this one goes along pretty darn fast too. Oop, I think I split my yarn there. There we go. Okay, this yarn is 2 strands. Now I got all screwed up there, so I just take this off and I go over and do the right stitch here. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to do that row 2 stitch once more. You should have it by then. Okay, and I'm just going to check to see that I did do the right stitch. And if I did a wrong one, this would be a good time to go back. Okay. So now we're going to do the magic twist stitch. So we go over in a U-wrap, knit it off, come from behind, go over, knit it off, come from behind, go over, knit it off. So it's actually that easy. This one's a bit tight. There, get it back on the way it's supposed to be. Just a stitch video anyway, and I did mess up something there while I was talking. But don't you do that. You just do the right stitch here. Easy, easy, easy. And be easier for you. You probably won't be talking and trying to keep your piece in the camera at the same time. So I'm talking, keeping my piece in the camera, and knitting it all at the same time. So sometimes I make mistakes. Okay, and so I'm just going to come to the end, finish it, and we can have a look at it, because now we've done 4 rows. Going to be a little bit longer. And that's just going to secure it there. And now you can see what it looks like. Quite a nice stitch. And if I pull it down and pull it across just to set the stitches, we'll have another look at it. And you can see what it looks like. Just lots of nice texture. Yeah, it would make a nice blanket. Yeah, it would make all kinds of nice things. I really like it, and I like all the texture it has. Very eye-catching. I'll take one more look at the back. There's quite a nice pattern here on the back too. So there it is. There's the Henite stitch. And I hope you have fun and you figure out all kinds of things to do with it. And until next time, bye.